Have you ever thought about reinventing yourself? My recommendation is to begin with a list of necessary changes. Hi, my name is Amelia Sims. This is Reinventing You, the channel where I am going on a reinventioning journey, and I invite you to come along with me. If you're not already a part of the tribe and you would like to be, please subscribe today. You can hit the button below, or there's also one here on the screen. If you yourself are thinking about, hey, should I reinvent myself in my career, in my relationships, or in other areas of my life, I would recommend making some lists or a list of necessary changes. So I want to share with you some of my necessary changes that I decided when I chose to reinvent myself. So I have three categories of changes, necessary changes to reinvent myself. I would like to start with the small things, because for me, I tend to dream really, really big and have these great goals, and there's no way I can get to them tomorrow. So I have to break it really down to really small things. I have some small changes that I wanted to make. I've done videos on some of these. And the first one is I chose to change the way I did my nails. I guess that sounds really kind of strange, but it really has helped me, because just changing the way I treat my nails, making them look nice, paying attention to them, keeping them trimmed, it's just something that I'm able to do, and it's a small change, which has led to some other small changes. For instance, now when I leave the house, I make sure I am dressed appropriately, that I am wearing makeup, that my hair is done. I don't have to look like I'm in a magazine or on a vlog, but I do need to look nice and neat, and that I care about my appearance. Another small change that I've made, especially since I've retired early, is to make time for friends. That means once a week, at least once a week, I either call or get together with a friend. And that has been really nice to kind of just reconnect with people. I've probably spent more time with friends in the last 3 months than I have in the last 3 years. So those are some small changes. Well, when you start working on the small changes, then you want to start bigger changes. So the bigger changes I've had are, number one is sleeping smarter. I've done a video on that one as well, and let me tell you, it really has helped. I know when I'm following the steps to make sure I have a good sleep and when I haven't. Another change that I have on the bigger list of changes that I need is to tackle projects that I have neglected. Like, I used to scrapbook, and I have all of these empty scrapbooks to fill, or I have all these photos that I need to crop, and I have to decide, do I really want to do that? Or do I need to, get busy? Do I need to throw things away? Or do I need to change my filing system? So I'm going through all those things. That's another of my bigger changes that I've made a list. A little change, a bigger change that's going to help me in the long run. Another couple of things that are bigger changes that have to do with me physically is I'm trying to exercise regularly. I take karate, I walk, but I'm trying to do that more often. It really is helpful for me, and it's helpful for our dog that I take with me, and she really does need the exercise, and I probably do too. I'm also trying to eat better. That is, I'm either cutting out sugar or having less sugar and increasing the vegetables that I eat. So those are some of the bigger changes I've made, and I've made a list of them. These are some things that are helping me reinvent myself. Now, I've had the small changes, the bigger changes, and then the huge changes. Well, one of the big, huge changes right here, I'm vlogging. So I'm trying to do that consistently. Another thing on my list, haven't quite tackled it yet, but I'm getting there, is spending time writing. That's a huge change for me. Another huge change is selling some big ticket items in my home. And so these are some things that maybe will help a little bit financially, but they're also not something you can just go and trade somewhere. You have to find somewhere to sell it or someone to buy it. So they're a little bit more involved. I don't know what kind of changes you feel like you need to make in your life. I just recommend you make a list. Start with the small things, then move to the bigger things, and then the huge things, and maybe break down the bigger things and the huge things into small action steps. And I guarantee if you make a list of necessary changes and you follow through, you're going to feel better as well. My name is Amelia Sims. This is Reinventing You. Thank you for joining me on this video. I encourage you to make a list of necessary changes. And if you haven't subscribed, I invite you to do that as well. I post twice a week, so I hope to see you soon. Have a great one.